Alright, welcome back to the catastrophe that is my computer fan being loud. And still, my microphone still picks it up. Probably should open up a window. I'll go do that real quick. Alright, I want to get a lot done today. We still have Alphinaud's side of the story to do, and we're not finished with Odyssey. Last time, the Sin Eaters got attacking. Oh crap, I should be reading. Where she asked, where would Buddy want to go? No, he never done anything like this before, but it can't be a coincidence. Not that the other patients are suddenly so agitated. They can sense something. In any case, let's keep the search close to the end. Harlock isn't very sure on his feet, so he won't have gone far. I'll search the east side. Please, Harlock, please be alright. I'll cover the north and west, and you take everything from here to the south. They are so close to just poisoning him, but they decide to spare him. You see no sign of Harlock. Maybe you went further west. Just slammed the chocobo in the trunk of the car. There we go, I moved it a bit closer. Think they're infected people as well? You scan the surroundings in search of Harlock, and suddenly you found yourself under attack. For Forgiven Folly. Yeah, I think those guys are just no different than regular zombies or something like that. Waiting to be turned. I had a sneeze come, but never anything happened.
Any sign of him? No luck then. But he surely can't have gone far. We should keep looking. The Sin Eaters are out in force, and if we don't find him soon, you can be sure they will. see the size of that thing? It must be one of the nasty ones. Wherever it's going, it can only mean trouble. After it!
Cool, I didn't have to run after it.
Is that... Oh, oh no! Ulrich! We have to run! Tesseline! No!
We all deserve happiness, wherever we can find it. The time left to you is precious. No one should die in pain. Mother, I... No, 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 no!
Oh boy. I'm sorry, Zen. I tried to tell the carers what happened, but I can't be the soldier they lean on. Not like this. Stop, it's just so unfair. Tesseline was always so cheery with the patients, telling them not to be scared, that there wouldn't be any pain. Of all people in the world to suffer such a fate. I imagine you're just as shocked as the rest of us, so I appreciate what you're doing here. Me, I can barely. I don't have the words. Without a body, we can't even give her proper burial. And she cared about that sort of thing. About giving people a chance to say their goodbyes. As I avoided light. Harlock is as unresponsive as ever. He stands motionless, staring up into the sky where the Sin Eaters made their escape. Tears on the sand. I would say, thank you, what you're doing, it means a lot to them, to me. Sorry to interrupt, we realize we haven't thanked you for rescuing Harlock. You weren't hurt at all, were you? Hurt? There wasn't even a fight. I was too late, too slow. I thought I could protect you. You can't blame yourself for things beyond your control. You brought Harlock back safe and sound. No one could have done any more. I'm sorry, but I come to a decision. I won't be continuing in my role here. I hope you will forgive me for leaving you, and that you will delay Harlock's last meal for as long as possible as you can. Not until it's too late, of course. Just give him what time you can. We always do. Of course, she would have done the same. Farewell, Harlock. Keep Tesling's words close to your heart. Stay. Wait, you're leaving this very moment? I understand how you must feel, but surely this is a bit hasty. Do you even have anywhere to go? I have a destination in mind, yes, and a purpose. This damn light, building without cease, is the reason we can't save those corrupted by the Eaters. But if we were corrected, but what if we corrected the balance? Even if it were only little by little, even if it took years, it would surely make things better. Now, hold on there. Everyone knows there's too much light, but how could you ever hope to get rid of it? You have to change the whole world. That's right. We shall return to the Christrium. I may not be able to repel the Eaters on my own, but I can still use my skill I gained here to hurt them. Nodders. I don't know why, but that part of the song always reminds me about from Shrek 2. Is there even any compasses we can get? To the west. Can't get that. Might as well just finish the map around here. I know I want to get stuff done fast, but might as well go for a drive. I completely forgot it was the messed up one. Well, with the story, I mean. So Aphanon say an hour or two. Probably in a half hour or so, we'll take a break for our eating. Nothing above us. Ow. Ow. I don't know if I want to do the first dungeon with NPCs or players. I'll probably just do it with NPCs. Forgive me, Yuzin. I couldn't stay there a moment longer. But I was serious about what I say. While the men and women at the inn battle against this blatant kindness, I must fight in my own way, with steel. Miss Arise, is there anything I can get you? Your swiftest Amaru. I need to return to the Crystal Realm immediately. As you wish. Remind me to wear goggles if we ever fly over Eran again. I barely got some sand out of my eyes. But the wind did help clear my head at least. I think I'm ready to meet with the Archik. We need to talk about how we're going to wipe the Sin Eaters out, shall we? Fine, let's go to Alphinaud next. Turn this record. Oh, now the fan's kicking up. And there's a quest up there, I'll deal with it later. Your face is unknown to me. What business do you have in my rookery? Signed by the Archik, no less. Yes, I can provide you with a Amaru passage for Kulasa. I will pick you out a friendly whelp. Amaru often used for travel then? That's right, mounts like my great friend over there are a common sight in these parts. But I gather you hail from a further field, more accustomed to chocobo perchance. I hear there are a few places where they ride little else. Seeing as you're plainly unaccustomed to riding Amaru, I think it's best I accompany you on this flight myself. Any soon worthy of the name could do it, of course, but the Arctic sent you to me. Ensuring your arrival safely is my responsibility. Gather your things and meet me at the launch. One of the junior teams will attend to you while I raid the mounts.
The whistling breeze, mute. The pounding surf, frozen. Time itself takes a breath. At Light's Edge, all is perfectly still. The world captured in a painting, locked in a moment. Music, faint and fleeting, drifts coastward on the lifeless air. And in the distance, beyond the broken earth, a city beckons.
Of course, they had to put us so far away. We are arrived. This is Crackshell Beach on the eastern coast of Kozluza. You should be safe here for the present. Compared to the mainland, Sin Eater's attack are far less prevalent, and the native beasts are not any more dangerous out than anywhere else. It is the people you should be wary of. Spy you that city in the distance. Azumor, the island's main settlement. It rivals the Cristarum in scale and was once an ally in our battle against the Abominations. For years, the Elmon elite have fenced themselves the masters of what remains of our broken world. They have gone as far as to offer the leaders of other settlements their protection if we bend the knee. But to say their ideals are questionable will be putting it mildly. The Castrum is one among many who resist their heavy-handed authority, and while we are not at war, our relationship with the Elmon is staying strained at best. It may be wise to conceal your ties with the Aksha during your stay here, especially in the vicinity of the city. Basically the old off. I am glad we understand each other. Now the Architect has instructed me to divulge a secret that should make finding a friend a good deal easier. Listen closely. If you head south along the coast, you'll eventually come to a fisherman's shack. A friend of the Christian lives here, a man go by the name of Ivor. Ivor keeps an eye on everything that happens in Koshla, and will be able to point you in the right direction. Just hand him a spring of time that'll let him know you can be trusted. Here, this should be enough. Find your friend. I'll stay here with the Emerald until you're ready to return. Alright, I'm gonna head to that little settlement first. Yeah, if I had a desktop, I doubt the thing will be a problem, maybe? I don't know. Alright, let's go find Aphanon. Oh, there's a shack. What you after? Fish, crab, think I got an eel in a barrel somewhere? If you got a taste with him. Oh, I do love a bit of time. Chunk some in the pan and it looks like a bloody festival of flavors. Now what is it can I do to you? Can't say there's been any major upsets to report these past few weeks. Looking for it, boy. Aphanon, eh? Aye, I know the one. Our young champion, the downridden. Airmore is richer than all the Navan put together, but it's a different story for them as live outside the city. Most spend every waking moment just trying to stay alive, which makes your friend's dedication to helping others stand out all the more. Aye, I can hazard a guess as where he is now. Get a message to him, but you'll need somewhere quiet to meet, away from prying eyes. Make for Stilthigh, as the fishing village just up the path there. You're looking for a rundown excuse for a tavern the locals call Leaky Keel. Right there and you'll see that Aphanon joins you. So we had to go there anyways. I mean, of course. Rundown Tavern. Oh, that's someone's chocobo. It's your first time in the tower and a customer to buy a drink if you meet an order. What you be having? A fine choice, and what you be paying with? My money? Well now, those are exotic. Where did you come by coins like that? I'm sorry, dear. I don't doubt they have value, but I don't have a touchstone to test their purity. And I'm not to go about begging for one from the neighbors, so you just have to come with some other arrangement. Here's an idea. There's a common to the north where we grow our vegetables, but lately pests has been eating more of them. Then we have, what do you say, a little bit of extermination work? I want you to squish any vermin you find, then visit a caretaker and just give him an earful for me for sleeping on the job. He'll be in the old silo next to the fence, snoring like as not. Do that for me, you can laze about here for as long as you want. Alright, let's bring out the old unicorn. Oh yeah, I forgot about those currents here. Wow, this is bigger. I don't know if it's bigger than the other place. Oh no, my immersive experience is ruined. Knock. No response, making the earlock knock louder. Knock louder. No response. I have to activate hearing hard. I'm gonna shove that chocolate through your door. You're a faint squeaking from beyond room. Time to bust in and save the day, brave adventurer. Yay! No one is home, and judging by the lack of furniture, they haven't been home in some time. The growl scrub of vegetable on the floor suggests Ras has taken up residence in their absence. What the heck? Actually, be a good time to take a quick break. Alright, I'm still having my break, but should have just had freaking game audio playing. But I'm just waiting up for a response from someone about stuff. And waiting for Ginger, of course. Alright, gotta love how the fans going max power now. Let's continue. It's only like a 20 minutes so. Welcome back, dear. What good did the good-for-nothing caretaker have to say for himself? Well, he wasn't there at all. Gone? Must have left to join the rest of the hopefuls. Beg your pardon? In Gate Town, outside Aylmore. You don't have a clue what I'm talking about, do you? And there I was thinking you were another dreamer. Well, never mind all that. Take a seat wherever you like, dear. You're more than earned it. I'll even throw in another drink in the house. Fuck yeah, free water.
And how is business today, Mistress Theva?
Oh, frenetic. Look, I have a new customer.
Tis good to see you, my friend. The barley seeds you wanted. They should produce a better harvest than the last.
What, just like that? Oh, well, Finot, you really are a dear.
Sorry, I had to get a toothpick. There's something in my microphone and it's driving me crazy.
Well, I'd best be tidying up some of those empty shacks before the pests move in. Keep an eye on the place while I'm out, eh?
It seems an age since last we spoke. Not since the prisoner exchange in Doma. And Yotsu. It has been even longer for me, of course, if you count the days I've spent here. But the time has only added to the relief I feel seeing you safe and well. Alize said much the same thing. I don't think I've ever had such a scolding. But I believe an exchange of news is in order. Come, tell me of your arrival and all that came before.
So some chick turned into a giant cocoon and then spread out her wings, and it was horrifying. And I'm like, I try not to piss myself, but I can't guarantee if I do or not.
The Exarch and Alize told me what they knew of events, but I had stubbornly clung on to the hope that all-out war might yet be avoidable. And poor Tataru. She must be sick with worry. We must endeavor to return as soon as we may. It would be nice to bring her good tidings for a change. But before we bid this world farewell, we must first ensure that it is not rejoined to the source. We must prevent the 8th Umbral calamity. Urianger's vision of the future has, I fear, every chance of coming true. By his description, the catalyst for the calamity was a formless and deadly weapon employed by the Garlean Empire. Which can only mean one thing. Black Rose. Gaius was telling you the truth. When we were on the trail of the Ascians, we saw evidence that the gas was being manufactured once more. Gaius was adamant that the project had been scrapped, but so long as there are wars to be waged, there will always be those determined to win by any means. And thus simply destroying the existing stores of Black Rose would do little to alter fate's course. In that sense, our involuntary journey here to the First was something of a boon. Together with the Exarch, we've developed a theory as to how we believe the rejoining will be set in motion. I'm sure Urianger himself will cover the subject in more detail. But I can tell you the process requires that both worlds, the Source and the First, be facing an existential threat. One being Sin Eaters, of course. They are a menace that I would dearly love to remove, and not just to avert a calamity. I may be a stranger to this world, but I will not stand idly by and let innocent people be slaughtered. That is what brought me to the gates of Yulmore. Ignoring its pretensions as a kind of capital city to what remains of the world, it is nonetheless a center of power and authority. If any solutions are to be found, I believe our search should begin there. What say you, old friend? Hungry for another adventure? And so we take to the road once more.
Open arms, closed gate. Assuming you have no objections, let's make our way directly to the city outskirts. If we time our arrival just right, we may be lucky enough to see why I have yet to set foot in Ilmor, despite my best efforts to do so. Come, from here we must head west and then cross a small bridge. Even with the fan, I want to keep going. Kusala seems peaceful, does it not? Almost familiar. I had a familiar impression of the Castrium. Even in this distant world, people are much the same. To think that whenever a calamity struck the source of affliction such as this one, with all its culture and history, was being erased from existence. No! Get away from me! Over there. Quickly, someone's in trouble. I'm in trouble. I don't know. Don't mind me. It's either gonna be Bandit, Monster, Sin Eater. My money's on Sin Eater. I hate to say it. Hate's freaking right. Oh, dang to face you. Look out! Forgiving cowardice. Or cowardice. The heck is that? Is that a horse with wings? Even though I'm level 70, I mean, the level don't really matter much. It comes down to the gear. Are you okay, madam? My poor heart. Thank you, young sir. There we are. In my haste, I lost my bearing, but I see you had the situation well in hand. Fine work. Are you alright, madam? Just a few bruises from where I fell. Nothing compared what was in store for me before this brave soul came to my rescue. Honestly thought I was done for. My feet are not as swift as they once were, and I knew there was no one left to hear me scream. Not that I let that stop me. I should probably leave my old house behind and queue up outside Umar with the rest of them. Doubt those fancy lords and ladies will welcome an old crane like me. Still, even a shack near the gates has to be safer than staying here. One would hope, either way. I suggest you avoid wandering alone, lest you make the Sin Eater's task any easier. Thank you again. You saved my life. Now I'm sure a strapping lad like you has little to fear, but I wouldn't linger long in this place. There's not to be had here but cobwebs and memories. Tis as the lady says, many in these parts have abandoned their homes to live in Elmer's shadow. Should the Sin Eaters descend upon this region, there are precious few with the strength to fight them off. Speaking of which, what have you been told of those monsters? Ah yes, LSA would be quite well qualified to speak on the subject. Comparing to Almagine, Kosas is almost like a haven. But as you saw, we cannot let our guard down. Had you arrived but a few months later, the Sin Eater would have claimed another victim. Okay, so it's like optional dialogue for who you go first. Still, we have won a small victory this time at least. Now, let's shall we press on. We need to return where the road forks and follow the path that leads west. Aye, aye, Captain Alphinaud. Honestly, maybe a point where... Wait. That has to be the witch folks, please. I'll worry about attunements later. So, fate nearby. Ah, screw it, we'll take a shortcut. Oh, we missed a road. The heck? Oh wait, oh. No. This is the way to go. You're a strapping fellow. Damn, that's a nice hat.
That gate up ahead is known as the Open Arms, and Umor itself lies beyond. This, meanwhile, is the aptly named Gate Town, the dwelling place of the many desperate souls who hope to be chosen to live in the city proper.
I thought I recognized you. Brought a new friend, eh? I'll bet you got a trick or two up your sleeve. Maybe even 3. Care to show me?
He's not here to compete. Leave him be.
What? I was only making conversation.
Greetings to our hopeful petitioners, one and all. Yulmore extends its warmest regards. Let it be known that a lady of distinction wishes to dine on fish divine. We seek a master culinarian who can guarantee seafood perfection. Dazzle the matron with your delicious dishes, and life in the city will be yours to enjoy, even on days when fish is not on the menu. Who among you will answer the call? Name yourself or another. We may not at all.
Was there anyone?
What about that girl?
Do you recall how I said Yulmore was a center of power and authority? Well, that is not the only reason for its fame. It is also known as the City of Final Pleasures. The noble and the wealthy who survived the flood gathered here to live out the rest of their days in decadent abandon. A poor man could sooner pass through the Iron Needle than Yulmore's gates. The only way the common folk can enter this perverted paradise is if they fulfill the whim of one of the privileged. And so they are picked over like market produce.
What a catch! We'll not be throwing this one back. Having seen your all too obvious charms, we welcome you with open arms. Come, join us in the City of Splendor and live out your life in an ecstasy of endeavor. Oh, just look at those expectant faces. What could you possibly be waiting for? Well, well, what have we here? An extra share of meal to celebrate our newest resident! For you!
Ah, Lord!
Enjoy!
Thank goodness.
Over here!
Meal is a foodstuff which Yulmore routinely doles out to the people of Gatetown, and apparently a staple for its citizens as well. Many here rely on it to survive in these times of scarcity, yet the whole arrangement just seems... well, let's just say it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
I did not like that look. Now you understand why my attempts at the city has thus come far to naught. The dubious privileges of the Resi must be won via contest, with ever-changing rules. They say his policy has been in place for the past 2 decades, ever since Ilmore, current ruler, came into power. Yet from what I have seen, it does more harm than good. Not only does it distract people from our shared struggles against the senior, it robs them of their self-success. I have tried to propose ways that they could improve their lot, but my words invariably fall on deaf ears. Their attitude is so enriched now that I worry, well, perhaps you should take a turn around Gatetown and judge the situation for yourself. Oh, these shacks. Still here, are you? Can't blame you for wanting a slice of Ilmore's pie. If you ask me, you should ditch that sour-faced brat and make a home for yourself here. Gatetown's not much to look at, but at least it's safe. And the mural is the best thing I ever tasted. Jesus Christ, 4 side quests. Right here. Going into maximum overdrive, crabs. A large pop out flames, pale chunks, more you realize, float in the otherwise plain broth. Ether current, might as well get that first. Okay, it's not that bad. Can't wait to cut a freaking hole in this light. Alright, back to the quest. Just look at it. Can you imagine a more beautiful city? Every day I dream of the life that awaits for me inside those walls. Oh, will they ever pick me? Weird tower over there. You see what Gate Town has to offer? These people can no longer fend for themselves. They become dependent on Hana Zamir and believe Amor is the answer to all their woes. Yet no matter how I frame my encouragement, they seem unwilling, nay, unable to convince any other way of life. You disapprove of Amor? Tis difficult to make a final judgment without first seeing the city's inner workings. Perhaps that is uncertainty which always makes me feel so ill at ease here. Not that matters. However, unjust this system seems to me. One sec. If these people claim to be content with their lot, it's hardly my place to criticize their choices. But take that elderly lady you rescue. Does it not seem that those who have chosen to forego Amor's largest are doomed to suffer for their independence? In the end, they're all but forced to seek refuge in Gate Town, and so hamlets and fields across the island are left empty and unattended, hastening the region's descent into ruin. Nay, I'm not convinced that Amor generosity truly serves the best interests of Koshala's people. I am not so naive to think there is some miracle situation in all this, yet I cannot help but frown at the sight of hard-working villagers struggle to survive, even as the chosen few rejoice at being plucked from poverty by the hands of the capricious nobles. There has to be a better way. I will not know for sure, however, until I have taken those long delayed steps through Amor's gates. 'Tis fortunate that you arrived when you did, Yusan. I've been working on a scheme to insulate myself in the city, and if all goes as planned, should soon come to fruition. There's a beast tribe who makes it a home in the sea surrounding the island. The Ondon, they are called, though you and I know them as Shayangan. For the most part, they keep to themselves in the ocean's grottos, and rarely have dealings with land dwellers. But as Tataru took such great pains to impress upon me during our stay in Kugan, business favors the bold, and so I reached out to them. I duly discovered that the Ondon are inordinately fond of land-grown produce, fresh fruits in particular, and when I offered to produce such goods for them, they promised me pay and pearls. An attractive business venture for any prospective investor, would you not agree? Surely even the most jaded Umaran lord would have time for a merchant who can make pearls from plums and pumpkins. Yes, I've come a long way since my day of buying samurai swords while first negotiating a price. Good job. My appointment with the owner is due to take place in a few hours. I just need to collect the produce and meet with them in shore. Might you help me make the exchange? Of course. I am your guardian. Excellent, I should be glad of your company. First things first, we must pay a visit to Masha Moa, my supplier in the right. Come, it is just northwest of here. Oh boy, that's gonna be fun dealing with that guy, listening in on other people's conversations. Oh geez, that's pretty far. Good thing I have a hacking car. Whew. Okay, that's the farmer. It's something I can do for you, friend. Good day to you, Mashama. This is my associate Yusin. We're here to collect the produce I purchased. I loaded your lackey up with the goods not long ago. My lackey? I know no such person. Ministry lad, short blue hair? No, he said he'd come on your behalf, and seems you know all about the details, I just assume. Confounded, someone must have been eavesdropping on our conversation. If this Christian was not here long ago, he could not have gone on. We should split up and search the area. You find a vantage point on the south side of town, and I'll take the rest. Weird, it's like these lands seem so barren from players. I know it's like Shadowbring's the final expansion before Endwalker, and I know Endwalker's just gonna be a cluster fest. Let's see. Who the heck are you? Yeah, I've located your quarry. Now it's time to commit murder. Murder Catboy. Use that any sign of him? Yep, he's over there. There! Yeah, a keen eye. Let us move in before he make good his escape. Hauling ass, baby. Yep, hauling ass.
There you are. The thief who claims the harvest on my behalf. Hand it over.
Well, forgive me. I have to get into the city. I've no family and all my friends have already been chosen. No one here gives a damn about me. When the meal gets handed out, I'm lucky if I get a smell of it. No matter what I do, they won't call out my name. I'm so tired, I'm so bloody hungry. I thought maybe I could steal your idea, get in that way.
What is your name?
Kai Shear.
Tell me then, Kai Shear, must it be Yulmore or nothing? What of the Crystarium? They may not offer charity, but you would be fairly compensated for any work you did.
No, it has to be Yulmore. That's where all my friends are. We made a promise that we'd live together in paradise.
I was to make my deal with the Ondo at the Clave. Listen carefully, and I shall tell you my plans for the business, and how best to arouse the Yulmorans' interest.
You'll give me your place? Just like that?
I'm giving you a chance, nothing more. What comes of it is entirely up to you.
I understand. Oh, thank you, thank you!
This was but one path. There will be others. But for young Kai Shear, it was the difference between life and death. I do not regret my decision, yet I will admit that a part of me wonders if it was for the best. We strive to bring swift salvation to this world, that countless lives might be saved, not least your own. Even if it came at the cost of one man, should I have forged on regardless?
That's not who you are. Or... yeah, I always think about people first.
I suppose not. Were Estinian here, he would most likely scoff at my soft-heartedness.
Same old Alfino, ever the slave to sentiment.
But I thank you for your kind words nonetheless. Let us see to it that both these stories have a happy ending. Shall we return to Wright then? Is that? I can't be sure, but I think someone's in trouble. Come on, They may need our help.
Oh boy, time to drive all the way there. I was expecting a fight, that's why I had my attacks on. Alright, I'll keep going for another 40 minutes and then call for a day. I got plenty of time to get to Endwalker. Yeah, I got another distraction coming up. How long has it been? Only an hour. Nope, hour and a half. I